So let us commence. All of you settle down. Go for the protocol orientation. Mark the yoga in what you are doing, in what form the yoga is coming in. So basically, the yoga is of the form of a composite collective dynamics, the coming together of body, mind, breath, body, mind, breath, senses. So various aspects of embodiment will join the collective activity and try to understand that collective activity. And that's the kind of yoga that you will get in the beginning of every session, every round of your practice of yoga. So see that you give the encouragement for them to coordinate, cooperate, co-op, collectively participate. So it's not just activity, but there is participation. Because usually in teaching process, you are told about activities and you are asked to do. Sit straight, sit firm, elevate the spine, open the chest, shoulders down, back, etc. And you obsessionally go for activity process and you deem that it is activity process. But in collective dynamics, there is participation, there is involvement, the mutual consideration between body, mind, and breath. You are considered, you are considering. So decipher the whole process, the dynamics, which is not merely activity, but activity responses. There are mutual reactions, breath by breath, evolve the position, condition, and state. Mark the associated body component, associated breath component, associated mind component, and their potentials to act, activate, respond, to be used, to be using, to be applied, to be applying, breath by breath, fade in the required position, condition, state. Closely watch the protocol. It should not be a formality of doing something. Often exhale extraordinarily deeper in various confinements to evolve the holistic physiology of breathing. Although you do not have a holistic physiology of respiration, now silently utter Om and find out what is its contribution in collective dynamics, composite dynamics, a composite process, what silent utterance of Om means to embodiment. You may not know the meaning, but it means to the embodiment. Om. 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 Yogena chittasya padena vacham मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन यो वा करोत्तं प्रवरं मुनीनाम् पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि आवाहुपुरुषाकारम् शङ्खचक्रास्यधारिणम् सहस्रशिरसं श्वेतम् प्रणमामि पतञ्जलिम् हरिः ओम्। Bow your head down to the heart and surrender that with exhalation. And drop the palms and open the eyes. So let me tell you, year after year, decade after decade, there is a lot of matter to really learn, study, understand protocol. The protocol of yoga. Otherwise, usually protocol is just to be followed. There is nothing to learn and study protocol elsewhere. So that's why that word has a limited meaning in common man's parlance. However, here protocol has an enormous depth. There is something every day for you to not only carry out and do it and execute, but much to learn, much to get educated about. Protocols don't really teach. They are not meant to be teaching, but here the protocol is meant for teaching. It teaches you every time. So do not underestimate the term protocol. Now, those who can be standing, you will be standing for Tadasana. However, those who want a sitting option to continue, you might be sitting because of your indisposition, etc. But if you can stand up in Tadasana. The sitting members can, if you want to sit, you can be sitting and doing, or if you want to lie down, if you want a supine option, you can go for supine option. I'm not conducting a class, I'm giving education. That's why I'm opening out the option. In class scenario, they will say, all of you stand up, all of you Tadasana. So find out how it lacks yoga there, because you are not in a position to stand. You should not stand. If you are in a condition to be sitting and doing, you can sit and do. If you want to be lying down and doing, lie down and do it. So for those in standing option, Tadasana. Now, usually Tadasana means, in our times when the yoga is a popular subject, it is all body. Feet together, toes together, open out the toes, extend the soles, extend the heels, widen the heels, stretch your outer ankles in, stretch your legs, stretch your shin, shank, calf, tighten the quadricep, femur tight, knees tight, buttocks tight, anal mouth tight, pelvis elated, pelvic elated, abdominal elevation, chest opening, shoulders back, shoulder blades in, sternum open, head straight, neck straight, relax the face. So it's all with reference to body. But this is yogasana. So it is not only Tadasana posture, that is Tadasana breathesture. So find out, attend to breath of Tadasana, breathing of Tadasana. Attend to mind of Tadasana, the gesture, psychological, mental. Find out mental status of your limbs, lower. Mental status of your pelvic abdominal region. There is awareness, there is sensitivity. Now that's a mental dimension in the preparatories where you are having awareness, activity, sensitivity. And try to understand Tadasana breath. What is Tadasana breath? How is Tadasana breath? What is typical of Tadasana breath? So the spontaneous, natural breathing configuration of Tadasana. See how much your body consider it. Immediately you want to stretch your arms up because you want to do something for body. See how much your body consider it. As if you have understood Tadasana breathing when the arms are down. As if you have understood Tadasana gesture when the arms are down. So you hasten to do the arm activities because you think it is a posture only. And this is the impression that we get today, that asanas are postures and therefore we are body considerate, body biased, in body gravity. So the breathesture. Now, as you know that you can be doing in Tadasana for body, like you will do to put your feet in proper position, legs in proper position, you will activate the legs, you will do something. Activate the calf, activate the shin, activate the knee, activate the quadricep, activate the femur, activate the pelvic region, activate the buttocks, activate the hips, activate the various parts of the body. Why don't you think of activating the breath? So like in Tadasana, you do more and more and more and better and better and better of the posture. Why not try to do more and more of the breath and better of the posture? And that is why protocol says often exhale completely. And then find out, that means you can do something with the breath, you should do something with the breath. Not only volume, but velocity, density, confinement, deployment, aerodynamics of breathing. So as you try to look for what you can do in body, activity, hunting in body, each toe, each part, you try to activate. Why not try to activate the breath, inhalative breath, exhalative breath, retentive phase, the terminal phase, loop of the breath, exhalative loop, inhalative loop. Why don't you try to do something there? Why don't you try to do to your mind? Let my mind be positive, let the mind be energetic, let the mind be enthused, which you require in a raw condition, that you must be enthused. A sensitivity of the mind, can you be more sensitive? Cognitive act of the mind, sensitive act of mind, memory act of the mind. You have a lot of memory backup of Tadasana you are doing for decades. So memory act of the mind, let go, stand at ease. Stand at ease. Listen. So I'm opening out the factors of activity, sensitivity, awareness, which is a protocol aspect, preparatory aspect. Why only activate body and not activate the breath? Why only activate body and why not the mind? As you address your body matter, why not address the mind matter? And how do you address the mind matter voluntarily? What can be done voluntarily to the mind? The mind of the spine, mind of the back, mind of the chest, mind of the abdomen, mind of the pelvis, mind of the legs, mind of the arms, mind of the hands. Why not even fade in the mental status of your embodiment? So that is the concept of anatomical breath and anatomical mind. Why not do something to anatomical breath and anatomical mind, and why only anatomical body? Because all teachings, the techniques will come to anatomical body and not to anatomical breath. Something might be said about the breath, that you inhale more and exhale more. But anatomical breath, what can you do for anatomical breath? What can you do for anatomical mind? You might do for the mind. You say, be alert, be active, be positive, be enthused, be alert. But then why not refer to anatomical mind? And that's why this concept has been given to you: anatomical body, anatomical breath, and an anatomical mind. Why not work on posture, breathesture, and gesture? Gesture not of the face, not of the face only, gesture all over. There's gesture in the feet. So if your feet are together, it is not only a postural requirement. There has to be a gesture, means there must be purpose And therefore, with purpose, the mind will work specifically. And therefore, there will be gesture in a metatarsus and tarsus and soles of the feet and heels of the heel and arch of the feet and toes of the feet. Because there is a purpose. It's not just physically just keeping the feet in position. So question yourself, what's the difference between your feet together in Tadasana, your feet together in Tadasana, and Guruji's feet together in Tadasana? Your feet together, only you do. It doesn't speak. But Guruji's feet together, it would be speaking, it would be communicating. That's why Guruji would say, look at my feet. Because his feet were communicating something. And that's why he said, I won't explain everything, but look at my feet. My feet are articulating something much more than my oratory organ will articulate about feet together, toes together, all the 5, 10 toes, etc., etc. Reference to 10 toes, MPs, knuckles, nails, etc. Everything cannot be said. And that's why Guruji would say, look at my feet, look at my shin, look at my calf, look at my femur. Because they were communicating something. That means there was a gesture in them because there was a purpose. Why do you keep your feet together in Tadasana, and why Guruji keeps the feet together in Tadasana, or why Guruji kept the feet together in Tadasana? Have you pondered over it? Have you thought over it? Tadasana. Interlock the fingers and Parvatasana, hands over the head. So because there is not much to do in body, we are not fascinated to do Tadasana too long and too often. Arms up, interlock the fingers. And now find out anatomical body, anatomical breath, anatomical mind. If you are trying to do something in the body, try to do something in the breath. You have taken a wrong message of breathe normally, breathe normally, breathe normally given by your teachers. That will never accentuate yoga. Breathe voluntarily, breathe customized, devised. Not only deeper breath, but then different confinements. Let me breathe in pelvis, let me breathe in chest, let me breathe in diaphragm, let me breathe in back, let me breathe in arms. The interlocking can be changed. So working on anatomical breathing, anatomical mind as well. Because asana means body, mind, breath have to come together. Otherwise, there is no yoga. So basically, yoga means they're coming together. So you know what is Tadasana posture. Now try to understand Tadasana gesture, Tadasana breathesture. The sitting members, supine members can do some variations in your position itself. Now, Adho-Mukha Svanasana, what you call as dog pose, Adho-Mukha Svanasana. Now, it's not only a different posture, it's a different breathesture, it's a different gesture. It's a different breathing process. See, how is the spontaneous, natural breathing of the Adho-Mukha Svanasana? And then what, as you do in the body, why not do in the breath? As you do in the body, why not do in the mind? Mind of the chest, mind of the sternum, mind of the shoulder blade, mind of the dorsal, mind of the pelvis, mind of the hip, mind of the buttocks, mind of the waist, mind of the feet, and mind of the legs. Why not? Why only body? So try to understand this as an asana and not only as a posture. Because in our time, you will be only taught postures. They don't teach yoga. They say we are teaching yoga. They teach only posture. So learn the asana, that is the body, mind, breath combination, body, mind, breath interactions, body, mind, breath interplays, body, mind, breath participation, body, mind, breath responses. So you get instructions and therefore you think it is activity. But there is also participation, there is also involvement. Now those techniques, there are no techniques to involvement. There is no technique to responses. They mutually respond. Come up. Stand at ease. Let me bring to your notice the basic difference between Tadasana and Adho Mukha Svanasana in particular dimension of it. No, Tadasana, there is an aspect of balance. You must be balancing because your feet are together. If your feet are apart, you don't have, there is no question of balance. That's why when you are unstable, you keep feet apart. Like when you stand on a travel on a suburban trains in Mumbai, or when you are standing and traveling in a bus, public transport, you don't keep your feet together because you are unstable. You keep your feet apart. Why? Because by keeping feet apart, you are stable. So sometimes try to venture to do Tadasana on a train, suburban train. Find out. Or stand in a coach, bus, and try to do feet together Tadasana. So when your feet are together, legs are together, there is a balance aspect. In Adho Mukha Svanasana, there was hardly any balance because there is hardly any chance that we will fall. In Adho Mukha Svanasana, maybe in Tadasana you may not feel, but you are oscillating. Stand up in Tadasana formally, quickly. Quickly. Formal position of Tadasana. Feet together, toes together, legs together, and then legs straight, etc. Now, if you want to know that how the balance is important, all of you keep the head straight, look straight, and close your eyes. Close your eyes. Now find out how much you are unstable, instable. Are you not oscillating? Are you not swaying? So what is the balancing organs so important? We never know that eyes are there to balance. But now open your eyes, you will be steady. You will be not swaying. You won't be oscillating. You understand? As much as you were oscillating while eyes were closed, or swaying while the eyes were closed. Now close your eyes, head straight, looking in eye level, close your eyes. Now see, is your Tadasana very poorly sthira Sukhamasana, sthira asana? Is it very poorly sthiramasana? Now open your eyes. Is it not better sthiramasana? That means in Tadasana, balance is important. It is not so much in Adho Mukha Svanasana where the feet were apart, palms were apart, you were stable. Whether you closed your eyes in Adho Mukha Svanasana or kept the eyes open, it did not matter much. You can try later. I won't take today. Closed eyes Adho Mukha Svanasana and open eyes Adho Mukha Svanasana. Not so much difference as much as in Tadasana. Okay. So how is the gesture, posture of Tadasana? Now, some of the asanas are not challenging for body and therefore we don't attend to them. We never see someone doing Tadasana 10 times in a session, but Trikonasana might be done 10 times. Trikonasana you will stay longer and longer, but not in Tadasana. Why? There is no physical impetus to be doing, and that's why we neglect Tadasana. We will like to do Trikonasana 4 or 5 times, 10 times. We will like to stay in Trikonasana, repeat Trikonasana 3, 4, 5, 6 times. But we will not think of repeating Tadasana 3, 4, 5, 6 times. That means we are discriminating. We are discriminative. Like in sociology, they speak about discrimination because of the class and caste system. We are also discriminating because in Tadasana, there is not much impetus for the corporeal you, and therefore you don't want to attempt that much. But there is a lot of impetus for corporeal you in Trikonasana, Parsvakonasana, Virabhadrasana, Shirshasana, Sarvangasana, and therefore you want to attend to those asanas more. So they score greater priorities. Some asanas score greater priorities and some asanas score less priorities. It is because of the physical dimension that you consider. So another asana which I will be taking is Ekapada Tadasana. What is Ekapada Tadasana? That means bending one leg to Virasana and holding the foot behind. So stand up, bend your right leg. The other options, you can be changing your postures and hold your Virasana foot from behind with both the hands. Both the hands, interlock the fingers and catch the Virasana foot into your interlocked fingers. Now understand the stability deficiency. You may take support because you are doing for the first time. If you want to be doing near the wall, take it, or take any support, you can take it. Why not do this pose? You think there is not challenging in this for body in Ekapada Vira Tadasana. Ekapada Vira Tadasana. Heels to the buttocks, not outside. And then interlock fingers gripping that Virasana foot. But you think now this is for the right leg. Right leg is bent. But I say this is for shoulders and this is for the shoulder blades. Why not understand this dimension? This is for shoulder blades. This is for shoulders. This is for sternum. Now find out how will you negotiate. You can undo and redo. You can take support if you need. So do this for the breathing of the shoulders and breathing of the chest. Why not? Why just look at the physical dimension? Why not take it the breathing dimension, the thoracic breathing, thoracic dorsal breathing, sternum breathing, thoracic spine breathing, shoulder blade breathing, shoulder breathing, armpit breathing, armpit arm, armpit chest breathing. Why not consider this breathing and do it for the breathing? So when it is a balancing aspect, the breath plays a major role for you to balance. Like I said in Tadasana, your eyes, open eyes, not much of problem in balance. Closed eyes, yes. That means open eyes help you to balance. The breathing helps you to balance better. So find out how will you balance in Ekapada, Vira Tadasana. And now the other leg. So why not consider that this pose is not for body, but for breath and breathing. This pose is more for breath and breathing, and now explore. How will you explore this pose, discover this pose, penetrate this pose, considering that this is for breath, that my breath should not be spasmodic, the breath should not be sporadic, breath should not be jerky, breath should not be bumpy. So why not attend to that aspect of anatomical breathing, that the breathing is not bumpy, not jerky, no jolts, no hiccups, plain, smooth. The breathing of the clavicle, breathing of the shoulders, breathing of the shoulder blades, breathing of the sternum, breathing of the breast, breathing of the lungs, breathing of the pelvis. There is so much to explore. Breathing of the abdomen, breathing of the lower spine, breathing of the middle spine, breathing of the upper spine. The shoulders opened, clavicle opened with your interlocked fingers behind to Virasana like Virasana foot there. Let go and relax. So let me give you basis for your studies. There are some asanas which are good for anatomy of the body or anatomical body. Some asanas good for anatomical breath. Some asanas are good for anatomical mind. Some asanas or postures are challenging to anatomical body. Some asanas are challenging to anatomical breath. Some asanas are challenging to anatomical mind. Some postures are encouraging anatomical body, some asanas are encouraging anatomical breathing, and some postures are encouraging anatomical mind. This is the basis for you to study the asanas. So which asana is challenging somewhere? Which asana is encouraging somewhere? Which asana is facilitating somewhere? Between anatomical body, anatomical breath, anatomical mind. This is the fellowship in yoga asanas. Because asana means it is a combination of body, mind, breath functioning, coming together, reciprocating, responding, participating, involving, initializing mutually each other, responding mutually to each other. Vrukshasana, stand up. Right leg to Vrukshasana. Take the right leg up. If you need a support, you can take a support. If you can do without support, do without support. If you want to try without support, try without support. Young ones and old ones, you have different prerogatives. Strong ones and weak ones, you have different prerogatives. So I am including all those with different prerogatives. And Tadasana, arms up. Now you think this Vrukshasana is for your skeletal physical body. And when it is taught by Iyengar clan teacher, you only have this, you conceive this way, it is for physical and skeletal body. But it is for anatomical breath, anatomical mind. So how are you stable? To be stable in previous asana, Vira Tadasana, and now Swastika Tadasana, one leg Swastika asana there, or the Vrukshasana. It's a different function for the anatomical breath, anatomical mind. Different participation of anatomical breath, anatomical mind. Different addressal to anatomical breath, anatomical mind. So what can you do with the breath? Voluntary breathing, profound, deep, normal, thick, thin, confined, deployed, graphically generated. Now the other leg. So any asana is configuration of body, mind, and breath. Any posture is not that. Any posture is only of the body. Any posture is only of the body. But any asana is a configuration of associated body, mind, and breath. Arms up. So if you improve your ability to balance in Vrukshasana, it is one development. If you try to improve the balance in Viratadasana, it is another development to be balanced, to be balancing, to be carrying out balancing act. And now find out Sthirata. Can you attend to Sthirata? How far it is challenging, encouraging, or challenging, discouraging? Let go. Have you taken note of this? In asana, your configuration of associated body, mind, and breath, related body, mind, and breath, composite body, mind, and breath. In postures, you don't have the configuration of body, mind, and breath. It's only configuration of the body. Have you done good pose? Is it a right pose? All the teachers will have hawk's eyes that your posture should be correct, perfect, right, faultless, flawless. So it's only configuration of the body. Posture is only configuration of the body. Yes, it's a good pose. Yes, it's a right pose. Yes, it's a perfect pose. No, it's a bad pose. It's a wrong pose. So it's all configuration of the body. And the teachers will teach you only that. Not understanding that asanas are configuration of body, mind, and breath. We will be on a track which is misleading. So if you can do with your body, like in Vrukshasana, you try to do something for your bottom legs, for your bent leg, for your buttocks, for your hips, for your spine, for your sternum, for your chest, for your shoulders, for your arms. You try to do something in the body. You go on doing something in the body. Why not do something for the breath, on the breath, in the breath? Where is the taboo? Why is the taboo? Why should be there a taboo? Why not try something on the mind? The other leg. Stand up. Vrukshasana, the left leg. So you can be taking support, not merely to be doing better, to be learning better. Many of them you don't want to learn at all. You say, I can do independently, I will do independently. Because you just want to do, you don't want to learn and study. You don't want to experiment. So even if you can be balancing, if you are a strong young man or strong young woman, still you can go for support because you want to learn, you want to study, you want to observe, you want to experiment. Don't be in this arrogance that I can balance independently do, therefore I'm going to do independently. But for the sake of learning, studying, understanding, experimenting, you can take support. You may not take support for doing. Now, understand, try to go for constitution of posture, gesture, breathesture. Engineering act. It's an engineering act. Most of you are obsessed to go for physical culture in asanas. Okay, let go. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Adho Mukha Svanasana. I'm not going to say anything about Adho Mukha Svanasana, but I'm going to tell you, give some input for obsessional physical culture that is found in yoga today. Yoga, it's all physical culture. योग करने का है. You must do yoga. Where to do? In the body. For what to do? For the body. With what to do? Body. Why to do? Body. So there is rampant physical culture. Now, if you want to do Adho Mukha Svanasana in physical culture, overlook the breath, neglect the breath, by hook or crook, try to do good posture. By using retention, by using inhalation, by using exhalation, good posture. So you are using the breath, you are using the will and volition and resoluteness, intent and diligence and volition, etc. So just exploit the body, mind and breath. And then that is physical culture of Adho Mukha Svanasana. So you are bringing in the breath and mind by hook or crook to be getting good features of your posture. So you can use your retention, you can use your exhalation, you can use your inhalation, you can exploit. That using is exploiting because you are having physical culture in your mind. So this is a physical culture. And this is what is usually taught by Iyengar teacher. Quadricep, hamstring, buttocks, bicep of the legs, calf of the knee, legs, shin of the leg, kneecap, cartilages, tendons, etc. Kneecap, patella, metatarsal, tarsus, arches, heels, palms, carpals, metacarpals, elbows, forearms, upper arms, back, chest. That's the physical culture. So here you exploit the breath and mind. By hook or crook, you want to do a good posture. Let go and come up. So there is an unfortunate obsession even in so-called Iyengar yoga, because it is not Iyengar's yoga, it is Iyengar yoga. Most of you are claiming proudly, I am Iyengar yoga teacher. And what is rampant? It is physical culture. By hook or crook, try to do a good posture. Exploiting the breath and mind, do a good posture. Now let us try to do once again Vrukshasana, not for physical culture, but for breath culture. Quickly stand up, right leg to Vrukshasana. Now this is for breath and breathing. Let us make the major beneficiary the breath and breathing. Arms up. So breathing, having privilege, breathing, having advantage, breathing, not spasmodic, not sporadic, not jerky, breath smooth, breath getting encouragement, arms up, breath getting encouragement, breath getting facility. Now see how much you compromise on your body. Have you identified that? You compromise on your body. You compromise on your mind, psychological mind, because you want to ensure that the breath is smooth. The Sthira Sukham aspect of the breath, not only of the aspect of my body, but aspect of breath. Let go, and the other side. So when you are making the breath and breathing as a major beneficiary, we are compromising with the body and mind because the breath should be ensured that it is smooth, it is without jerk, jolt, without hiccup, and it has a benefit, it has advantage. Now see, clumsy engineering, because we have overlooked, we have neglected body, posture, and gesture. For psychological mind is compromised for your breathing benefits, or breath, the benefits of the breath and breathing. So that's the clumsy engineering which happens in formative periods. Now let go, stand at ease and listen. So all teachers will teach you Vrukshasana posture. Raise the foot higher, bend leg higher and higher, press the foot, etc. Keep the knee back, take the buttock, the bent leg buttock bone in, take the bent leg knee in line with the buttock bone. Is that right? How any Iyengar teacher would teach Vrukshasana, where the bent knee should be, how the bent leg buttock should be, how the straight leg should be, how the trunk should be, how the spine should be, how the chest should be, how the arm should be. Is that right? So the clumsy engineering comes because you are bringing the mind and breath by hook or crook for the benefit of the body, for the benefit of the body, for benefit to the body. Good posture, firm posture, steady posture. In asana, your not only body should be sthira sukha, breath should be sthira sukha, mind should be sthira sukha. The other day only I explained you what is sukha. So today, since some of you are having first class of this session, sit for a while, listen, sit. You know the definition sthira sukham asanam. What is sthira? Maybe steady body, steady mind. Unoscillating body, unoscillating mind. Unfluttering mind and steady body. Undilated mind and steady body. This is the meaning. Is that right? What is sthira? The sthirya is not reference to body and mind in the sutra. It is with reference to chitta. The sthira and sukha predicates are not to body, because Patanjali is not speaking of posture, he is speaking of asana. So sthira and sukha is with reference to chitta. Chitta is entire embodiment. What is sukha? Should you enjoy your posture? Should you enjoy your Vrukshasana, Tadasana, Adho Mukha Svanasana? Should it be a joy? Should it be a pleasant thing, pleasant experience or pleasure? What is sukha literally, otherwise pleasure, delight, happiness? The word sukha in Patanjali's treatise comes in different places. Sthira sukham asanam. What is the meaning of sukha? Sukhanushayi ragaha, klesha. Topic of klesha. Sukhanushayi ragaha. What is that sukha? Is it positive sukha? Is it a good sukha? It is embraceable sukha? No, because it is raga. It is a klesha. It is generating klesha. The sukha to be avoided. Then what is that sukha? Which is the embraceable sukha? And which is kickable sukha? Which is the sukha that you should kick? And which is the sukha that you should embrace? Are they not different? So what is the meaning of sukha? Sukhanushayi ragaha. Sthira sukham asanam. What is the connotation of sukham? Sukhanushayi ragaha. What is the connotation of sukham? Santoshat anuttama sukha labhaha. Again sukha. Santoshat, one of the niyamas. Santoshat anuttama sukha labha. What is the sukham? Is it one and the same connotation? So, if asanas are to be done with sukha along with stairya, the sukham is not delight, pleasure, happiness, joy. Don't be joyously doing your asana. What is the sukha? Neutrality is the sukha. Mind must be neutral. All sukhas, otherwise you like it. Sensory sukha, you like it. Mental sukha, you like it. Physical sukha, you like it. Corporeal sukha, you like it. Emotional sukha, you like it. But now understand this sukha. Sukha of neutrality. Can you like it? If you are liking, it's not neutrality. If you are liking it, it's not neutrality. So when he says Sthira Sukham Asanam in asana, the connotation for Sukham is totally different. It is to be in neutral condition. What is the relish of neutral condition? What is the relish in neutral condition? It is different relish than relishing pleasures. What is relishing dukkha? Are you perplexed? What is relishing dukkha, relishable dukkha? I will give you one example which all of you have experienced, but you have not taken cognizance of it. You know, sometimes you have itching sensation in the body. Some part is itching. When that part is itching, you strongly pinch that part. Now, pinch is always painful, but that itching sensation or some uncomfortable condition is overcome by pinching that location. Is that right? तुम्ही त्या ठिकाणी चिमटा काढता. You pinch that part. Now, pinch is never relishable, but the pinch now becomes relishable because of the condition that it is countering. So suppose a part is paining or the scratching sensation is too much. You pinch that part heavily and then for a while you are free from that pain. That is why in my class there was something that many of you have noticed. I have been taking something called stampeding a person. Stampeding a person. Now, stampede is not a good thing. Will you like to be stampeded? You ask that person, how is the stampede? So when particular part is aching and paining, you press it heavily. You clamp that part heavily. It is only comfortable because of the given condition. Otherwise, it is not comfortable without that given condition. So stampede is relishable. You go to literal meaning of stampede, it is you don't get any shade of relish in stampede. So when you have headache, you want somebody to press your head. But when you don't have headache, someone comes and press your head. Do you like it? Do you like it? Do you like it? Pressing the head is not a good thing. You don't like it. When do you like it? When you have headache. So pressing the head is a painful, but then there is a relish. When is the relish? When you have headache, somebody pressing your head strongly, you yourself sometimes press it because you have headache. Now that pressing is not a comfortable thing, but then it is comfortable because of the given thing. So relishable pain. Pinch is a painful thing, yet you like that pinch. You relish the pinch in the sense you relish it. Stampede is a painful thing. You relish the stampede. Pressing is a painful thing. You relish. तुम्ही हातपाय चेपवून घेता. वाटेल तेव्हा कोणी हातपाय चेपायला आलं तर चालेल का तुम्हाला? Will you like it? Oh, it's painful. Why are you stamping on me? But when you have arm ache and leg ache, you want someone to press your legs. And you get legs pressed. You get your arms pressed. You get your back pressed. Why? Because of the given condition. Anyway, the point is neutrality is a unique kind of relish. Like happiness has a relish, and exceptionally pain has a relish, which I gave the examples. Generally pain is not relishable, but exceptionally pain is relishable. Then what is the relish in neutral condition? You can't say I like it. So it's a unique condition. So what is Sukham in Yogasana? It is that neutral condition. In say, neutrality is otherwise also a relish. When you have calamities, and suppose you are able to be neutral, that you have a relish. Being in a neutral condition, you relish it. Otherwise, you are in a calamity, and you were, by some reason, you were able to be neutral despite calamity. You are able to be neutral despite having a delight. If you could not be neutral in delights, you could get heart attack. There are many people who have popped off, who got heart attack because they got a very good news that you have won a raffle of 100 million rupees. Popped off. Why? Because you could not put up with the delight and happiness. It was so strong that you got a heart attack. People can get heart attack even out of happiness. Heart fail out of happiness. Heart fail out of sadness. But if you are able to be neutral, you have won a raffle of 1 trillion rupees and you are neutral, you have advantage. If you are uncontrollably in delight, you have endangered your life. You have endangered your life because you have won a raffle of 1 trillion rupees. Now, getting 1 trillion rupees should be a matter of delight and happiness. But then if you have uncontrollable delight, you will get a heart attack. So if you are able to be neutral despite the polarities in life, there is something to relish. It's a unique relish. Now, no lexicographer will tell you what is the relish. Now, some of you are eating things. The salt brings relish in that item, and somewhere sugar brings relish in that item. Is that right? Because of salt, something is very, very, very tasty. What is that preparation? Because of sugar, something is very, 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 very tasty. What is that preparation? Is it not different? Because of something little pungent agent, very, very tasty. Is it not different relish? Because of chili, something is very tasty. What is the relish? Something sugar, because of sugar is very much relishable. What is the meaning of relish here and there? Salty, sour, sweet, pungent. Lexicography will not tell you about how this relish is differently spelled, because we don't spell the word differently, but the relish is spelled differently by eating kanda bhaji, one kind of relish, and then eating rasagulla, another kind of relish. The relish spelling doesn't change, but the relish is differently spelled. Is that right? So also, sthira sukham asaram, dvandva anabhigat condition, non-dual state is the sukham. In asanas, you should not enjoy the asanas. You will be misled. Because sukhanishai ragaha, attachment will come, and with attachment comes dharma, dharma, karma, karma, papa, punya. You will commit to all those things. So yoga is not enjoyable item. But I have seen many of them defining sthira sukhamarhanam. You must have joyous condition in asanas. You must have delightful condition in asanas. You must have pleasurable condition in asanas. What is sukham? To be neutral. If you are able to attain neutrality in an asana, then that is the sukham. What is the success in asanas? What is success in your business? If you get a lot of delight, you say, my business is successful. In asanas, you should not get delight. You must get neutrality. That is success of asana. In business, you must get delight. That is your happy, that is your success. In whatever you do, if you succeed, you are happy. You have given test and examination, you are successful, you are happy. You did something and you did successfully, you are happy. You are happy, and therefore that's the success for you. You are successful, therefore you are happy, or you are happy and therefore that is your success. In asanas, no. Neutrality. Okay. Have you understood that? What is thiram? The meaning of sukham in asana. What is sukham? Where it comes in santosha. Santoshat anuttama sukhalabha. What is sukham? Where it is klesha. Sukhanishaya ragaha. What is vishaya sukha? What is santosha sukha? What is kaivalya sukha? There are so many sukhas which come in the treatise of Patanjali. Vishaya sukha, atma sukha, santosha sukha, kaivalya sukha. So different sukhas are coming in Patanjali's text. And everywhere you have to know what is really the meaning there. The word is one and the same. This is the grammar of Vyakarana Shastra. It really gives, it highlights that one word has several meanings. If you succeed in your endeavor, you have happiness and delight. If your rival, alien person succeeds, you have sadness. You don't have delight when your rival or your alien person is successful. When alien person fails, your happiness. Your delight lies in your alien being failure. What is that happiness? Your alien, your foe has failed. What is your happiness? You have succeeded. What is your happiness? So in Shabdanushasanam, all these differences are highlighted and they are brought to surface. Lexicography doesn't do. Open out the book of the dictionary. My rival failed and therefore I had happiness. What is that happiness? Meaning doesn't come there. I succeeded and I was happy. My beloved was successful. I was happy. You don't get these different shades of meaning in lexicography. Dictionary will not give you different meanings. That is Shabdanushasanam. Okay. Full arm balance. Full arm balance. Physical culture, full arm balance. Quickly. Those who are not doing full arm balance, you can go to wall rope. If you have wall rope, you can go to full wall rope and do the first Purvottanasana at the wall. If you want another option, you can go for Bharadvajasana quickly. Or you can have your own option quickly. Physical culture, full arm balance. See, by hook or crook, body, mind exploited, breath exploited. So clumsy engineering. Clumsy engineering. So body consideration, corporeal consideration, skeletal consideration, physiological consideration, anatomical consideration, body matter consideration in physical culture. So I am doing full arm balance to be doing full arm balance. Adho Mukha Vrukshasana to be doing, and you are doing it. You are doing it to be doing it. Second round of it. Second round of it. Breath culture. Breathesture. I am doing full arm balance to be breathing. I am doing full arm balance for the breath. I am doing full arm balance for my breathing to be facilitated. I am doing full arm balance for my breathing to be having advantage. See the clumsy engineering. Something neglected in body, something neglected in mind. Body exploited, mind exploited for benefit of the breath and breathing. So the breath culture, physical culture, now breath culture, or breathetic culture or breathological culture. Those who need to change the sides, you can change the sides. Third round of full arm balance, mind culture. I want to have neutral mind. I want to have neutral mind of yoga. I want balanced mind. I want steady mind. I want that steady and sukha of the mind needed in yogasana. Maybe body compromised. Breath may be compromised. Anatomical breath compromised, psychological breath compromised for chaitic mind. See the clumsy engineering. See the clumsy engineering. So you become biased in body culture position, same position in breath culture, same position in mind culture. That's why I took full arm balance. Let go. Now listen. So you all said Guruji's every posture was better than anyone's posture. Everybody's posture. His posture was excellent. It was superlative. Better than anyone else, better than me, better than anyone else, better than everyone else. That's how you assess his postures. You never understood that he was trying for the breath culture of it, mind culture of it, and body culture of it, and a very properly devised engineering, no clumsiness. Now, did you understand there was clumsiness in engineering? Something was neglected, something was exploited, something was misused, something was abused, something was deprecated, something was looked down upon, something was neglected, something was overlooked. But when Guruji did Adhamukha Vrukshasana, he had perfect engineering of it, not a perfect posture, perfect engineering of it. The body culture, physical culture, breath culture, mind culture had a beautiful, wonderful confluence. Wonderful confluence, unified condition. That was Guruji's Adhamukha Vrukshasana. That was Guruji's Shirshasana. That was Guruji's Sarvangasana. Unified, nothing overlooked, no clumsiness in any of the three branches of engineering, body engineering, mind engineering, breath engineering, nowhere clumsiness, nowhere abuse, nowhere misuse, nowhere neglect, nowhere malhandling, nowhere exploitation. So that engineering has to be developed. And when you develop that, then you have Sthira Sukhamasanam, the Sthairya of the Chitta, which is the whole embodiment, and Sukha of the whole embodiment, which is neutrality. Many of you are used to doing Fulambalat with excitement, for excitement, due to excitement, with excitement. So sometimes you do Fulam balance with excitement. Sometimes you do Fulam balance for excitement. But in a ripe state of asanas, you should not do for that. Maybe in a raw condition, you will do it. You want animation, therefore you do Fulamas at the beginning of the session because you have to have animation. You want electrification. You want excitement. You want motivation. That is a raw condition. So in raw condition, you will have to go for polarities. You must get motivated. You must get electrified. And that's why you do Fulam balance in the beginning. But there is a matured phase of Fulam balance, which is called Adhomukha Vrukshasana. It is no longer Fulam balance. There is perfect engineering. Engineering of body, mind, breath. And the entire, the big bracket, which includes entire embodiment. We have to overcome clumsy engineering. कळलं का मुकुंद आणि विक्रम तुम्ही engineers आहात. Body engineering, mind engineering, breath engineering, there is a clumsiness in our way of doing it. So somewhere we have to see that there is a blend, unified condition and very symmetrical, unified structure. Nothing is looked down upon, nothing is deprecated, no clumsiness anywhere of whatsoever kind. For, as an example, let me cite you, say a car, automobile product. A car of 1930s and 40s, you only needed what kind of engineers? Which kind of engineers turned out the first ever Ford model car, maybe in 1930s? And today's, you require electronic engineer, you require computer engineers, because there is something of the computer, there is something software, there is something electronic part. It's not just mechanical product. Kai Vikram 1930 Ford model, was it not a marvelous piece of mechanical engineering? Now, is it only mechanical engineering in a car? Today's car? So it's a combination of different engineerings. They also say aerodynamically designed car. What is aerodynamically designed car? Is it mechanical engineering? Electronics in the car. There was no electronics in the primitive cars of 1930s. But how much electronics came in later, and now how much computer has come in? So there are so many engineerings which have come together in a modern car as against primitive car. Similarly, in yoga, you need to have this embodiment engineering, which is body engineering branch, breath engineering branch, mind engineering branch, associated body, associated breath, associated mind engineering branches, and they must be, engineering must be that composite. So Guruji's posture, it was a marvelous piece of engineering, because all those strands of engineering were wonderfully intertwined and unified. And that's why I gave you full on balance, body culture, breath culture, mind culture, to conceive something which is so fundamental for you to really have your pursuit. And then you must have wonderful intertwining of all those so that it becomes a unified kind of configuration, unified configuration of body, mind, and breath. Yoga asanas is an engineering subject where the subjective aspect is so prominently there. Soon you'll have of AI will be there. You know what is AI? Artificial intelligence. So soon a generation will have robotic cars. What is it? There will be some gray matter. What kind of gray matter? Which is called AI, artificial intelligence. In primitive car, was there any AI? How much the driver had to do to drive a car? And when it's going to be a robotic car, what is the role of a driver and who is the driver? So there will be aspect of AI, artificial intelligence. And we will all marvel that engineering, oh, what an advancement. Mukundani Vikram, they get enchanted. What a marvelous piece of engineering. You don't marvel your own embodiment. It's a marvelous piece of engineering, which will never be, nothing will ever overscore. Nothing will ever overscore this marvelous piece of engineering that the human embodiment is. And the engineering that yoga has, there is no AI There is NI, natural intelligence, evolved. Because we cannot improve the natural intelligence, we are depending upon artificial intelligence, and we want to improve that. Because you can't improve. We can't improve. Yoga improves your natural intelligence. Anyway, sorry for excavating what yoga is today. Perhaps you are not expecting this today, being the first lesson of the year, our academic year. You expected some workout, some sweating. Let me tell you, I don't conduct a class. I am made to conduct a class. I am made to teach a class. I don't teach a class. There is a higher force which impels me and propels me to do what I do. I did not come with a plan that I will teach this way and that way, which most of you do. Very organized teachings. You say, I plan and teach. काय मुकुंद बरोबर का? मी प्लॅन करतो आणि शिकवतो. I am a professional teacher. I am unprofessional in that sense. I am impelled and propelled to be teaching what I teach. I don't teach myself. I teach under grace. And that's why what is in offing is not even known to me. It is such an ocean. Yoga is such an ocean. I do not know from where I surface. That's why I am absolutely unpredictable teacher. Okay, Shir Shasan. So Shir Shasan has a natural body and you carve and sculpt your body. The moment you get into Shir Shasan, it's a natural body, natural position, because you are doing for over years. Then you start carving, sculpting, shaping, chiseling, etc. You start doing something for body. Is that right? Alternately, you can do rope Shirshasana or Suptabandha Ushtasana if you are not going for this option. So, what is natural, spontaneous Shirshasana? Don't dabble, don't interfere. Just try to understand what is spontaneous Shirshasana. Right from word go, don't try to impose. Don't impose. Read it, feel it, sense it. What is my natural Shirshasana? What is my spontaneous Shirshasana? Without any influence. That's why I have not even shot one single technique at you so far. And then see, you start going for carving posture, sculpting posture, shaping posture, and you start stipulating. You stipulate on femur, quadricep, shin, calf, feet, ankles, torsus, metatarsus, spine, shoulders, arms, chest. You go on stipulating, go on stipulating. What is it? You are doing something. You are engineering something. So you are using the breath and mind to do good posture. So you are invest your resoluteness, you invest your determination, you invest your perception, you invest your cognition, you invest your sensitivities and try to do a good posture. You invest your breath, inhalative breath, exhalative breath, retentive breath. You are expending it. You are expending the breath actually to do a better posture. So usually you're all gravitating towards going for posture because that is your habituation and that is your indoctrination. That you start doing a good posture, correct posture, perfect posture, better and better of the posture. To find out how it is engineered by the strand of the breath and strand of the mind, contributing for body and contributing for corporeal benefit, physical benefit. Now for a while, treat your Shirshasana breath in a breathstural dimension. How do you naturally breathe in Shirshasana? In your given posture, how do you breathe? How is the breathing? Spontaneous, undabbled, uninterfered, unstipulated. How is the breathing? Now, just as in posture, you start carving, sculpting, shaping your posture, processing your posture, handling the posture, handle the breathsture, and develop this engineering. Because today, to produce a car, you must have computer engineers, electronic engineers, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, and whatnot. In designing the car, therefore they say aerodynamically designed. So many engineers come in there. So here understand the breath engineering, breath engineers, breathing engineers in an associated body, associated mind, associated breathing. The breathing engineers, breathetic engineers. So how can you go for exploration, discoveration, improvements in breathing process? Profound breathing, normal to profound, normal to voluminous, normal velocity voluminous to accelerated thicker inhalation voluminous, thinner inhalation and voluminous, exhalation similarly. Breathing means there are three dimensions here: inhalative, exhalative, retentive. So start working on the engineering branch, breathonics in your engineering. So what can be tried? What can be experimented? What can be attempted? So like asana, like modern car, there are so many combinations of engineerings. Similarly, in asanas, there are combination of engineerings. It's just body engineering will not accomplish asana. Now, mindonic branch of engineering. Mind. What is the natural mind of Shirshasana? Natural mind in a head, brain, face, skull. Natural mind in your back. Natural mind in your spine. Natural mind in your chest. Natural mind in your belly. Natural mind in your arms and shoulders. Natural mind in your legs and feet. Now try to develop that engineering. Mindonics. So in asanas, if I may say so, there is bodyotics, there is breathonics, and there are mindonics. So you will have to handle them in tandem. You'll have to develop the engineering of handling them with some simultaneity. So understand this position not only as a posture and going overboard on posture, but breathesture and gesture, breathesture and mindesture. Because you have to develop the skill to handle all the three justifiably, spontaneously, collectively, circumspectly. So some people have prerogative to be balanced and not losing the balance and not shaky in position, but some have gone beyond it. You are not bothered about unsteadiness in Shirshasana if you are a veteran. But if you are not a veteran, you are bothering about the unsteadiness. Let me not be unsteady. So there are different prerogatives. Balanced in body, body not swaying, not oscillating. Balance in mind, mind is not swaying, mind is not digradating, mind is not wandering. Breath similarly, understand what's the difference between balanced body, balanced breath, and balanced mind. Are you balanced and very aware? How will you develop the balance in all these three? Slowly come down. Finish both the sides, those who are in any other option. Come down, all of you. So you get a wonderful combination of physical culture, breatho culture, and mindo culture only in asanas. In elsewhere physical culture, there is no such idea, concept, notion. If you are a tennis player, use your breath and use your mind. If you are a football player, use your breath and use your mind. They don't address the breath and address the mind. Do you understand? In all physical culture, say gymnastics, swimming, or any sports, they use the breath and use the mind. It doesn't occur and there is no scope and there is no chance and there is no preference to address the breath, address the mind. Football player will not address the mind, will use the mind. Football player will not address the breath, will use the breath. So in physical culture, understand the lopsided development of human components. In intellectual culture or mental culture, if you are a musician, artist, see what aspects of your embodiment is neglected. A painter will develop the hand. A weightlifter will develop the hand. What is the hand development of a weightlifter? It is to lift the weight. What is the development of the hand for a painter and sculptor? It is the deftness and skill in the hands. So even in the art form, there is lopsided engineering, that is clumsy engineering. As a musician, clumsy engineering. As an artist, painter, clumsy engineering. As an academician, you are a mathematician, clumsy engineering. You use your intelligence, improve your intelligence. You don't address your breath and mind while you don't address the emotional mind while pursuing mathematics. So many things are lopsided. All those are lopsided human endeavors. Yoga is only one where you have balanced engineering. You are circumspect and you are all considerate, and that's why you have balanced engineering of all embodiment components. Elsewhere, you don't have this balance aspect coming in at all, nor it has encouragement. If you are a mathematics, students of mathematics, you discourage emotionality. If you are a poet, you neglect your intellectual development or intellectuality because you are a poet, you are a painter, you are an artist, you are a fine artist. So many things are neglected in our embodiment. It is only in yoga, that is why it is yoga, that everything is now given encouragement to participate, to be benefactors, to be beneficiaries. And that is why it is called yoga. It is coming together. There is no specialization in yoga. Elsewhere, in your academics, it's all specialization. The more you are advanced, more specializations. More specializations, greater neglect. Most of the things neglected. I'm a cardiologist. What does it mean? I care a pin for orthopedics. I have no knowledge of orthopedics. That's not my cup of tea. Orthopedics is not my cup of tea. Is it not part of your embodiment? I'm a cardiologist. I'm orthopedics. Don't you have a heart? I'm an orthopedics. Don't you have gastroenterological organs? But gastroenterology, no, that's not my cup of tea. You go to that another specialist who is a gastroenterologist. I'm a heart specialist. I'm orthopedics. Don't come to me. Don't you have all that in you? So we are all making lopsided development. And where it is circumspect process, complete process, then it is yoga. Comprehensive process, that is why it is yoga. And see, the academy that you are in, you don't neglect any aspect of your embodiment. Stand up and Trikonasana. Quickly. Trikonasana on the right side. Don't do it as a posture, but take a posture, get a posture, use a posture for breathesture. So I'm telling you how to go for formal education. You will have to work on various dimensions in a specialized way, particular way. So use the posture, get the posture, do the posture for breathesture. Breathesture, and now find out breathing physiology in your back, breathing physiology in your spine, breathing physiology of your lungs, breathing physiology of your abdomen, breathing physiology of your pelvic hip region, perineum region, breathing physiology in your limbs, breathing physiology in your mind awareness senses, breathessural, the breathonics of asanas. So in the academy, you are now attending to breathonics. So see, how do you go for engineering, for breathonics? How do you structure up the engineering with associated body, mind, and breath? Inhale and come up. Breathonically. In breathonics, come up. Turn the left leg out, right foot in. Left foot out, right foot in, arm sideways. Don't go down, don't go down. Wait up. Arm sideways. I'm going to change. Go for bodyotics. So see that you are going for bodyotic subject right now. Breath for bodyotics, mind for bodyotics, body for bodyotics. Exhale and go down on the left for bodyotics. See how you are using the composite. You are using the breath and mind for bodyotics. Now you are going for posture. A good posture, correct posture, faultless posture, flawless posture, exemplary posture, precise posture, perfect posture, symmetry of the posture, engineering of the posture. See how the breath and mind are used in bodyotics. That's another branch of engineering here, bodyotics. But see how the breath and mind are playing secondary role. Inhale and come up bodyotically. Bodyotically. Many of you did not do that. You just came up by hook or crook. There was no bodyotics in coming up. You are not precision minded in undoing it. Turn the 14 feet together. Recover, refresh, revamp. And try to understand the two things that you tried. On right side, breathotics, baryonics, and the other side, bodyotics. 4 feet apart, Trikonasana once again, arms sideways, Prasarita Hastapalasana, right leg out, left foot in. Now, Mindyonics. Highlight Mindyonics. Exhale and go down, Mindyonically. For Mindyonics, the posture is there, posture to be used. Mindyonics. Mindyonics in your various locations. Head, brain, face, skull, the mind there. Chest and back, mind there. Spine and back, mind there. Waist and buttocks, mind there. Abdomen and pelvis, mind there. Legs and feet, mind there. Hands and arms, mind there. Mindyonics. So that's the subject of Mindyonics in the academy. So how will you go for engineering in the Mindyonics branch of it? How the body, breath are coming in for Mindyonics. Inhale and come up. Mindyonics. Mindyonics, not to be unmindful. I did not say drop the arms. You have to come up. The left leg out, right foot in. Now the asanics, intertwined balanced strands of bodyotics, breathonics and mindonics. Exhale and go down on the left. Asanics, yogasanics. That means perfect intertwined condition, the strands of bodyonics, mindonics and breathonics. Learn the engineering. Therefore, you have to go to Dvandva Anabhigat condition. Sthira Sukham Asanam must be well articulate manifestation of a definition. Sthira Sukham Asanam Prayatna Shaithilya Ananda Samapatibhyam Tato Dvandva Anabhigataha. So this engineering has to be learned in various asanas. Now with asanics, inhale and come up. No laxity anywhere. Turn the 14 and feet together. So this engineering will be differently learned in Supta Pada Mushtasan, Uttita Pada Mushtasan,
or Marichasan, Bharadvajasan, Shirshasan, Chair Viparidandasana. Different asanas give you different education for bodyotics, mindonics, and breathonics, and then combination thereof, which is asanics. Combination thereof is asanics. Say a position like Viparita Karani, your skeletal-muscular awareness and your postural obsession goes away. Have you experienced it? If I say Tadasana, the postural preference. If I say Viparita Karani, what happens to postural preference? Goes in a remote background. Is that right? What scores important in Viparit Karani? What is the prerogative and what is the priority between Tadasana and Viparit Karani? So various asanas teach you different proportions and different processes for them to come together. Tadasana, they come together in one way. Marichasan, they come together in another way. Shishasan, they come in yet another way. And that's how you get education through all the various asanas which are in your repertoire, which are in your quiver. The more you add the asanas in your quiver, better the facility for education. Like ladies, you make in your hairstyles, so many hairstyles. You have only one body of hair. Is that right? How many styles you can turn out and what you call as hairstyles? So on different days, you have different kind of hairdos, hairstyles. Your hair have given length and given width. Is that right? That doesn't change. The hair doesn't change. But there are so many ways of hairstyling, hair doing, and you say you go for hairdo and hairstyling. And there are some who are really very versatile and they can give you 101 hairstyles and you will be amazed that how that person could do your hair that way. Put it in different styles. Similarly, different asanas teach you different styling of these combinations. The strands of body, mind, and breath, there are so many ways to intertwine for having intertwined conditions of the strands of body, mind, and breath, and different asanas help you develop different skills. So I was trying to formalize the process by telling you about bodyotics, breathonics, and mindonics. Now it's a totally a different canvas if you try to do the same in Suptamana Mushtasana. If you try to do the same in Chair Viparidandasana or your Viparidandasana or Urdhva or Purvottanasana at the wall, you will have different styling of all these. And they will give you the education and skill needed for that engineering. Unlike the modern concept of specialization, to specialize, you have to overlook. You have to neglect. If you don't neglect, you can't specialize. This is the bane of modern education. There is something grossly wrong with the modern academics. Wait for another 200-300 years to somebody assess it and then tell you that we all had faulty academics. We are proud of our academics today. What a wonderful setup for academics and education. All these universities. We have obsession for some universities. Oh, what a wonderful university is that. Wait for 200-300 years. You will have the assessment, and then you will be told what you had was not for your making, but it was to mar you. So the more you specialize, the more you neglect. Maybe in MBBS, they had something of the dentistry, but when somebody became MD, dentistry went away. Because as if the teeth are not part of your embodiment. And go to dentist, go to orthodontist. This specialization is to neglect. Because a cardiologist is not without teeth. Cardiologist also has teeth. Cardiologist also has cardiovascular system. But see the aversion for orthopedics in a cardiologist. That's not my cup of tea. How do you say it is not your cup of tea? You are having within you. You want it to be good. You want that to be healthy. You want that to be intact. How do you say it's not my cup of tea? Anyway, in Adhyatma, there is nothing like this specialization and neglect thereof. Therefore, it is called Jnana Vijnana Sahitam, Bhagavad Gita. Jnana Vijnana Sahitam Vakshyami. I will tell you Jnana Vijnana Sahita. So there are some asanas which are not good for body, but they are good for breath and mind. So in order that it doesn't go into oblivion, I want to take once again, stand up all of you. Stand up all of you, Tadasana. Ekapada Tadasana. Bend your right leg to the Virasana. Interlock your fingers and grip between the interlocked palms, your Virasana leg, and do this for shoulder. Do this for sternum. Do this for breathing. Do this for mind. It is not good, challenging for body. It is not fascinating for body. Oh, what is there? I'm standing on one leg, one again, Virasana, and hands interlocked behind. But in the realm of breath and mind, there is much to explore, much to attempt, much to try, much to explore. So breathe. Voluminous. Can you breathe Ujjayi? Breathe Ujjayi. Now attend to mind. Mind gesture. Neutral mind. Quiet mind. Serene mind. Steady mind. Balanced mind. Is there nothing to try for mind here? And that's why this is the neglected pose. You will never do it. But this is something that you can try in the realm of breath and mind, in the realm of not much in bodyotics, but much for mindionics and breathonics, the other leg. Okay, now the other leg, try to get it to Bhekasana, feet out, foot out. And now one hand, to pull that foot in with your left hand, pull the foot to come, heel to come in front of the thigh. Now, there is nothing challenging so much to body, fascinating for body, but breath and mind. Why not do this for breathonics and mindonics? Extend the front arm in front, the other hand in front, in line with the shoulder. For body, it may not be fascinating, but why not for breath and mind? Why not for the subject of mindonics and breathonics? Let go. So this was the Ekapada Utthita Bekasana. You think Bekasana is for knee. You think Bekasana is for knee. Is that right? Knee problem? Expert Iyengar yoga teacher, Bekasana. But can it not be for breathonics and mindonics? Why don't you have open mind? Now all of you have your right leg to Padmasana if you can do it. Right leg to Padmasana. Stand up. Take the the right hand from behind and reach the big toe. Padmasana foot. Catch the big toe with your right hand fingers. Right hand fingers. So if you can't, you can take an extension, you can take a belt. Why don't you look at this? This is not a posture. This is for breathesture. This is for mindesture. Let me try to do something in the mind engineering and breath engineering. There is not much scope to do in body engineering. Either I cannot do or I can do easily. There is no challenge. So someone, a young one, will say, oh, what is there fascinating? There is no fascination here. Because you are a student of bodyotics. Yoga means you are bodyotics. Why don't you become breathonic engineer? Why don't you become mindonic engineer? See what can be done for mind and breath. Outside the other arm over the head. So for body, there not be much advantage or much challenge or much fascination or fascinating, but why not for breathonics? Conditioned breathing, deployed breathing, customized mind, devised mind. The other leg. And the other leg, do Ekapada Padmottanasana, one leg in Padmasana and bend forward. Not Tadasana. Ekapada Baddha Padma Uttanasana. If you can't do Baddha, you can let go the hands down. You can let go the hands down. It can be Padmottanasana. And then bend forward in Uttanasana. So you all look at it as a posture and it's not so fascinating, or it's not so challenging, or it's difficult, not coming, and so you may not do. I may not do because it is difficult, not coming. Why not do for breathesture and mindesture? You will get something in mind engineering, breath engineering. Let go and come up. And all of you come up and Adho Mukha Virasana. Sit and bend forward because we have to close the class. Adho Mukha Swastikasana or Adho Mukha Virasana. So you all look at it as a posture, and then is it fascinating? Should I allocate more energy? Why should I allocate more energy time? Let me allocate more time for Shirshasana. Why Adho Mukha Virasana, Adho Mukha Swastikasana? Because posture-wise, there is not much value. Posture-wise, in bodyonics or bodyotics, there is not much value which can be ascribed to this position. But why not for breathonics? Why not for mindonics? What can I do with my breath? What can I do with my mind? So the breath circulation and mind circulation, which is so profound in asanic endeavor, works marvelously for your well-being and wellness. arms stretched forward, arms, palms pressed on the knees, etc., etc., knees apart, knees together, etc., etc. So physically, there is not much fascinating in this asana. Nor there is challenging, nor there is exciting. And therefore we overlook, because we are not students of breathonics and mindonics. Become students of mindonics and breathonics, you will find something in every position. It may not be worthwhile in for bodyotics. Come up. So that marks the end of the class. However, you can be going after this for, if you want to have satisfaction of accomplishment, you might do Brick Setuvan, you can do Hafalasana, you can do Sarvangasana or Vipritkani. If you feel there is a deficiency in my conducting of a class and you missed something, you missed Sarvangasana, you missed something like that, you can do it. Okay. So namaskar all of you.